colors. Things you see with your eyes, unless you're colorblind, and then you won't see them. They make things look cool. They're pretty. Sometimes they're dark. Sometimes they're light. Sometimes they're not a color, but a collection of colors all together. What else do colors do? Sometimes you paint them on your walls. Sometimes you hit them with your car. It really depends. You can do lots of different stuff with colors. The average person interacts with 17 different colors every 2 seconds. Is that believable? I don't know. Branches are colorful. Twigs are also colorful. Not just because they're part of a branch, but because they are also colorful themselves. Today we're going to be solving a very important question, which is why are red onions called red onions when they should be called purple onions? And it's not just like that with red onions. You can also have red cabbage, which is also purpler. Purpler. There is red lentils, which are more orange. You know, there's lots of other stuff too that I can't think of at the moment, but all of these are just named wrong, and that just really bothers me. I don't like that. I know it's just such a minor thing, but it really gets to me. So I decided to search it up and find out the answer to this. It all has to do with back in the olden days when people were very bad at speaking and very primitive at talking too. I'm obviously from the olden days then. So one of the answers said that when languages start, they start with the opposite, so like white and black, the dark side and the light side. So then apparently the next color that is added is red, so then everything is kind of like white, black, or red, and then so it just goes from there. The next step after the red is to create a word to separate the yellow from the red and to distinguish greeny blue from the other colors. So basically, to sum everything up, the reason they're called red is because the words purple and orange didn't exist when that was being named or whatever. So they're just like, it's red. I'm reading this off a Quora post, but you know, the guy is apparently a color scientist. I didn't know that was a thing. An applied mathematician and an inventor, so he seems pretty trustworthy. This is why the name of your vegetable is wrong, because the people who invented the language were just too lazy to distinguish between each color and just called them the same thing. This also explains why people with orangey hair are called redheads. So it seems that some changes have happened because it says in the old books they used to say red as carrots, and as we all know, carrots are orange. Nobody calls a carrot red anymore, so I guess it is changing slowly. History is, you know, progressing. We are getting better at naming what colors our vegetables are, which is very important. So back in the olden days, red could mean blood red, crimson red, burgundy, magenta, dark purple, and orange. So apparently orange wasn't used to describe color until the 16th century. So actually it's been around for a long time. So really we should have sorted it out by now. There's no excuse to be calling orange lentils red lentils now. That should have been over. What the heck? Not until the beginning of the 14th century did English speakers begin to use the word purple to refer not only to dye but to the color as well. So the 14th century, why are we still calling stuff? This has happened like 700 years ago. By that logic, a red bell pepper and an orange bell pepper should both be a red bell pepper. And then also you can get purple bell peppers as well, so they should also be called red bell peppers as well. Now I got something that's even more annoying, okay? So we've decided that, you know, nothing that's purple is actually called purple, it's called red. You know, that's a scientific fact, don't look too much into that. Now, when it comes to birds, you're in for a shock though, because look at this little fella here. This little guy, he's a nice red bird, you know, he's a finch. But what's his name? What is he called? What do you think it's called? What kind of finch is that? A red finch? Well, no, it's not. It's called a purple finch. I don't know why that's the case. I'm guessing it was probably just some bird watcher who was colorblind and was like, yeah, look at that purple finch. And everybody was like too embarrassed to tell him that it's actually red. And everybody was just like, yeah, look, it's the purple finch, guys. And you know, it was a joke at first. And everybody used it to mock that bird watcher, to make fun of him. And then it just became the purple finch. Okay, I solved it. Oh, I didn't solve it, I just searched it up. Another Quora post, but we figured out the answer. So it's because purple is the Latin word for crimson. Over the time, the name changed into purple, the bird's name. And that's how they became known as purple finches when they're red. Also, comment down below if you know of any other colored items that are named different colors than the actual color they are too, because I was trying to think of as many as I could, but all I could think of were vegetables and birds. But just the English language is such a mess. So there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and please subscribe. And check out some of my other videos that I put much more effort into than this one.